Here's a quick tour of our Evaluator Hub and all the wonderful resources that can be found within it. You can access the Hub by clicking on the course on your dashboard. It'll appear just like any of your other courses, and it'll bring you right to this main page. First, we have the Evaluator News section, where we have a link to our latest Evaluator newsletter as well as archived newsletters. Evaluator Kudos, our Evaluator Padlet with information about our CNI team, our leads, and our wonderful evaluators. The evaluator team contact list. So if you have a question about maybe a grade that you'd like to issue to a student, you can reach out to your lead. And if you have a question regarding maybe UKG or timekeeping, you can go ahead and send an email to me. Here's our evaluator to-do list. This is updated monthly with items that we would like you to pay particular attention to, deadlines, anything else that might be of significance. We also have our subsystem here, so if you'd like to request a sub, you can go ahead and click on this subsystem form. And if you'd like to view your requests as they went through, or if you'd like to sign up for a sub job, here's a link to our evaluator subsystem. Also on this page, we have a lot of great questions in this section that are answered for you, as well as general guidelines for when a sub job begins, the transition between main evaluator and sub, and then when a sub job ends. Here we have our evaluator goals for 2025. So there's a list of 5 goals that we have. These also can be found on UKG. This page will direct you to important links and reference documents. So if you'd like to log on to the CIT CMS website, you can just go ahead and click right here. We have our next course suggestion spreadsheet, which you'll use to look for your courses and figure out 2 next courses that you would like to suggest to your students in your monthly announcements. A collaboration request spreadsheet, you can use this link if you'd like to check and see what students have submitted collaboration requests. A direct link to UKG Ready, our employee handbook. This is especially handy. It's our timesheets payroll calendar. So you can see what counts as company holidays, when your payroll period ends, and you should be submitting your time card, as well as when those payrolls are given and you are paid. And then a compilation of all of our training guides that you can find here, as well as other helpful information for evaluators. This tips and tricks section is geared towards evaluator goals. So if you click on any of these 5 goals, you can learn a little bit more about the goal itself, as well as view some resources that we've had in other spots in the hub that pertain directly to the goal. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more or kind of work on meeting that goal throughout the year. This section is our DEI section with some content that is pertinent to that particular area, as well as a link to our LinkedIn Learning. Here's our K-12 Coalition news section. So the K-12 Coalition puts out a newsletter. You'll find the latest one posted here for you, as well as archived newsletters, a directive on how to get to that. We also have the latest recording and slides from the latest all Teams meeting, as well as a list of upcoming Teams meetings and Teams meetings archives. We also have a Teaching Channel Talks podcast link here and a few values in action notes. In the Human Resources section, you can see how to access your W-2 form, employee information, the employee handbook, and how to enroll in a 401k plan. Under training materials, we have current and archived training materials. So we have our latest timekeeping and UKG Ready slide deck, as well as tips on how to use UKG Ready, using Canvas, and checking out our professional learning model and holistic rubric. Session timelines. This section is also super important, as it will tell you the session timelines as far as coursework being due and resubmissions being due for each of our 3 sessions. We have them both in our regular continuing ed courses as well as our fast track courses. And then finally, in this section, we have our course syllabi. So information regarding new courses can be found here, as well as there's a direct link here to start to look for those courses that you might teach and syllabus that is attached to those.